Hi everyone, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and welcome to week 15 meals of Adventures in Grocreyland. This is January and we are on our fourth week of our low spend January. Our budget is $21 per person and there are two of us, so that means our grand total cash budget is $42. The goal for us is to get as most as we can for the actual cash, supplementing the cash budget with point redemptions, using coupons, taking advantage of flyer specials, in-store specials, clearance deals, all of that stuff. Any money that we save from our already low budget and our low budget January, or our low spend January, is going to be saved towards a special Valentine's Day charcuterie board. So the point is, even when you have a low budget, once you have a pantry that is something that you can take supplies from as opposed to simply going to the store and buying them each week, it really opens up what you can actually use your budget on. So I'm just setting aside a portion of our existing low budget each week to go towards something special, and anybody can do that. That's not something that's just limited to me. Anybody can shop the specials. Anybody can walk through the stores looking for clearance items. Anybody can buy gas at Sobeys Fast Fuel and get the Fast Fuel coupons that they can redeem for groceries in Foodland or Sobeys. These are just things that are available to anybody. So check out the meals that we had this week. They were really good this week, and we did eat a little bit repetitiously. And you can see what we had. Let me know in the comments what you think of the meals. Leftover turkey stew with some cornbread. This was the roast that I had, $4.38. It was quite a large roast. And I am splitting it up into two meals. So we cut it in half, and that half is going to turn into pulled pork tomorrow or perhaps the day after. And this we have sliced up. We are going to barbecue this and just have little pork chops. We are having barbecued pork chops, corn, and barbecued potatoes. Soup for lunch, and we'll also have brown bread with it. I'm making a pulled pork with the other half of the little roast that we took out of the freezer. I am using my homemade barbecue sauce and a bunch of ketchup packs, and we will see how that turns out. This turned out pretty good. Pulled pork tacos. Woo! Taco Tuesday. It's day 2, and look, you can see they're sprouting already. Little teeny ones on the alfalfa, and I don't know if you can see here in the beans. You can see sprouts coming out of some of those ones. So this is pretty exciting and motivating. Lunch today is soup, nectarines, and homemade bread. Turkey stew, pickles, and cheddar jalapeno cornbread with butter. All right, so I've got some stuff planted. This is my little greenhouse. We just got this at Canadian Tire last year. So the herbs, we've got chives, coriander, basil, and down here sage and parsley. My spinach in the back, and I've got 2 different kinds. That's in that little container, and then this one is hopefully going to be full of lettuce. These are those green onions or bunching onions, the shallots that I mentioned week before last. All of these seeds got wet last year. I did not have the best luck with them outside last year. I'm not sure if the seeds are still viable. So we are going to try it inside in this controlled environment. And if they don't take, well, then I'll just plant something else. And then down here is my Swiss chard. So I'm excited to get this all going and see if we can get some herbs and some greens that we can incorporate into our diet. Day 3, look at the difference. This is a sad showing of what our lunch was today. I forgot to take the before picture. So here's the empty bowl picture. It was the leftover baked beans, ham, potato salad, and coleslaw. It was good. We're having fajitas tonight for supper. The kit came with quite a lot of stuff in it. It came with the fajita spice. It came with the shells, and there's 12 of them. And it actually came with a hot sauce. So I put the hot sauce in here, and I just mixed in a little bit of the homemade salsa that I have. We're going to have it with sour cream, guacamole, cheese. And it's actually beef fajitas. I took those 2 steaks out of the freezer. We thawed them, and then we cut them into strips. Half we are using for the fajitas, and half of them we're going to use for a recipe in 2 nights from now. Beef fajitas. Leftover beef fajitas for lunch. I forgot to take the video this morning, so this is about 12 hours late for my morning pick, but look at all of those sprouts. I am making a nacho dip. I don't make this very often at all. So on the bottom, it is ground beef. That is the oven coming to temperature. It is some sour cream and cream cheese mixed together. So I used all the remainder of our sour cream. I actually still have a little teeny bit of cream cheese left. I know people like to have really thick, but cream cheese is really hard on me, so I just did a thin layer. And then red pepper, green onions from the freezer, jalapenos from the freezer, cheddar cheese. I sprinkled a teeny little bit of fajita seasoning on top, and the meat has taco seasoning in it. And I'm going to bake this, and stupidly, I forgot to put in the layer of salsa, so I'm just going to have to put that on a dish on the side. Sometimes I just get really good ideas. This is one of them. Now that it's cooked, I just decided to layer the salsa over the whole top of it. We're going to be scooping it up anyways. Smoothies for lunch. These ones are the yogurt, raspberries, frozen raspberries, frozen banana, and those were frozen cherries. No spinach in these ones. Getting ready to make some bruschetta. I'm gonna make a bit of spinach dip. Finger foods for supper tonight. We are having bruschetta and we're having spinach dip. We have crackers left over, the rest of the Tostitos scoops. So this is kind of exciting, and we haven't had anything like this in a while. This is day 6. I missed taking something yesterday, day 5, but you can see what I did on day 5 is I switched the alfalfa sprouts over into a 1-liter jar. Because there was too many for the little jar. I'll know better next time to start them in a bigger jar. But day 6, I think I'm gonna be eating the alfalfa sprouts. Smoothies again for lunch today. And we're making lo mein with the rest of the little beef strips that we made. Egg rolls and teriyaki beef lo mein. And at the end of the week, lots of fridge items left over. The nectarines we ate this week were incredibly hard. I'm not sure how to ripen them, but they certainly weren't ripe, so we'll wait a little bit more before we eat those. Here on the left, bottom two is leftover turkey stew, top one is leftover oriental. Tomatoes, mushrooms, lettuce, radish. Stew pack, onions, clementines, avocado, and then the items in the door. Same as usual. We lost a few things this week. It's why I'm hesitating to take the nectarines out of the fridge. We lost, I'm gonna say I lost a half of this bread. I lost the last two cheddar jalapeno little cornbreads. I lost one of the Morning Glory muffins, and we lost the last several pieces of bread. It's been extremely, extremely cold here, so we have the house quite a bit warmer than what we normally do, and we just lost some of those things to mold. This is very disappointing. Frozen items. We have ground pork, the bear burger, fish burgers, mussels, lobster, chicken. And then we have pork chops, breakfast sausages, Italian sausages, chicken breast. Here in the front, 3 packages of cooked turkey. We have the little pizza pack here, pack of meatballs. There is a quarter of a pack of hamburger and a half a pack of hamburger. In the back here are the turkey bones, and inside of that's also a package of meat for a turkey soup. And we have blueberries, raspberries, and that little package was cherries. We have apples, chicken strips, a few little bits of breakfast hash browns left, wonton wrappers. We have the 2 bags of broth. That's red kidney beans and black beans. The wet ingredients for Morning Glory muffins, one of the packages of fajita packs, and here is green onions, jalapenos. There's 2 bags of corn there. That is the oriental mixed veggies, beet greens, corn, broccoli. 2 bags of scraps there in the back for boiling for broth. Cheese curds, beans, spinach. We have a little bit of broth here for a gravy. We have 4 hamburger buns left, and we have our greens. And we actually ate some of those microgreens. I threw them on our oriental food just before we ate. Forgot to add the leftover pulled pork that we had for the pulled pork tacos. All kinds of spices, the pasta, molasses, the beans, split peas, goldfish crackers, some of the noodles left, the dried green tomatoes, a kit of tacos, or a pack of tacos, 18 shells in it, some crackers, the wagon wheels, some oatmeal left in this container, the dried cranberries. This shelf is full of crackers and croutons, the canned goods here in the back, olive oil, chickpeas, canned milk, soups in the back, a mayo in the back, beef broth, tuna, canned mushrooms. We have Kraft dinner, pasta, or I guess it's pizza sauce, tomato paste. And bottom shelf, we have the new pack of oatmeal in the back. On the left here is lasagna noodles, macaroni, spaghetti, flour. The hot sauce, the handsome one, got from Santa. On this side, we have rice. There's macaroni there. Here is the brand new bag of potatoes, the leftover bag of potatoes here. Sweet potatoes, the sugar on the bottom. This is an entire pack full of meal solutions, popcorn, the pumpkin and 2 squash. Just all kinds of food, lots of food. soon need to make a different plan. This is only gonna hold this stuff maybe for another week or two if I keep adding to it. And now we need to talk a little bit about this failure of the salt that I got. So I thought I was getting a great deal. I got this salt at Walmart, and I think it was 69 cents, maybe 79 cents. And I brought it home. These are my original grinders, and the salt grinder simply won't grind it. You can see on the bottom here, it's still in great big coarse chunks because it continues to come out of the bottom of the grinder like that. We just can't manage. So I thought, okay, well, I'll grind it in my little spice grinder. And so this initially looks okay, but it is ground so fine that it packs. So it's like, it feels like icing sugar, and it packs together really tight, and it will not come out of the shaker. So that was my big attempt. I've tried it. I'm not buying anything else. So what I did is I got it out of the cupboard. I think this was originally from Walmart. It is a refillable grinder. We are just going to start using this because I'm not going to buy any more salt when I have usable salt in the house. The stuff I tried to get a good deal on just is not working, and sometimes you just have a fail and you just have to cut your losses and move to the side. I'll save this. I definitely use coarse sea salt when I make preserves and pickles and stuff like that in the summer. So I'll just save it and use it for that. And another fail, I didn't put the lid back on tight in there. I just spilled it all over the counter. This salt has got to go. And there you have it. So as you could tell, we actually had a huge success with our first time ever of sprouting alfalfa seeds. We ate them on the last meal that we had of the week. I just pulled some out of the jar. And the thing is, I'm not really sure when I'm supposed to eat them. They look like I should be eating them now. So we are just going to start to eat them, the bean sprouts. They're not ready yet. But this was a fun learning experience for us, and we enjoy the sprouts. I have been struggling with getting groceries in the last little bit. There are lots of bare shelves, lots of the items that I want that are on sale. By the time I get there, there's none left. And I'm not sure if it is because of shortages, because of the snowstorms that we're having. So we had another big snowstorm this weekend, or if the trucking and trucker issues that are going on also are playing a factor in that. Either way, it's been a challenge getting the things that I want. So I've been trying to be creative and getting things that we can still use and still stock our pantry. They just might not be exactly what I wanted initially. One more thing we did this week. I'm going to say back in December is when I shared all of the spices that I already had on hand before the challenge, when I was trying to think up of a way to merge those into the supplies that are available to us weekly. And at that time I shared that the other half had a party. So this is a company that you can have online parties, book parties, like Tupperware or Pampered Chef or 31 or any other company where you're a host, you have a party, you get sales, and then based on the sales of your party, you get some free rewards. So he was sitting on his rewards ever since his party closed in December, and we finally made all of our choices this week, and we sent those through. So probably looking at a couple of weeks before the box arrived, but he had over $100 of host credits. So it was really exciting picking all of the items out, and it's going to be really exciting showing you all what we are getting and merging in to have for supplies. So that's exciting for me. Thanks everybody so much for watching. Love the comments, love to hear where you're watching from, love to hear how the prices that I show compared to the prices where you are. And keep in mind, I'm hardly ever buying items at regular price. So if you're just looking at the sticker on the shelf in the store and you are remembering what I'm saying, it's not apples to apples. You've got to look at what your sale prices would be to have an equivalent comparison. Thanks so much. And if you like the videos, I hope you hit that subscribe button.